Is an English team going to make it to the final? This, for me, of the five, this for me was the hardest one to answer.
It's so difficult, and I'm going to say no.
Welcome back to Scoreline. Adam Hunt, Stefano Fazzaro here with you in the studio, and the Champions League returns. Match day one, we cannot wait, begins on Tuesday. The Champions League Today crew will be back in the studio from Tuesday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Kate, Thierry, Micah and Jamie as well on Wednesday and Thursday, starting slightly after that, 2 p.m. Eastern. You can stream it free on Galazzo Network. We've got the Galazzo Show as well. Nico Cantor and Charlie Davies in the studio this week, keeping you right up to date with all of the goals on all of the days starting at 3 p.m. Eastern. And don't forget, Ian and I will be here on Scoreline afterwards to bring you all the highlights and talking points. Ian will be as excited as always to get you right up to speed with whatever you have missed. And footy fans, this is your chance to save big on your Paramount Plus subscription. For a limited time, Paramount Plus annual plans start at $30 for your first year. That's $250 a month for 12 months, which is unbelievable value. Go to paramountplus.com/fall offer to get started. And here's a reminder of the games we've got to look forward to on Tuesday. 6 of them, 6 on Tuesday, 6 Wednesday, 6 Thursday. It's a feast of Champions League football as it returns. Coverage starting at 12 p.m. Eastern on Paramount Plus. We've got PSV against Union Saint-Gilloise and Athletic Club against Arsenal. They're the two early games at 12:45 Eastern. Juve Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid Marseille, Benfica Karabakh and Tottenham Hotspur against Villarreal after that at 3 p.m. Eastern. So we thought, sort of going into the week, we would ask 5 big questions ahead of the Champions League's return. And we're going to start with, of the first-time teams in the Champions League this season, which of them are going to enjoy the most success?
Went back and forth a bit on this, but I'm going to go with Bodo Glimt. I think there was such a great story last year when they played their matches in European football, first time ever up in Norway, way up north. And I do believe that they will be difficult. It's going to be a difficult place to go and play. They'll travel is a long way to get there. And come November, December, the weather is going to play a huge factor in the matches at Bodo Glimt. So I think I'm going to tap them to have a decent season in the league phase of the Champions League and maybe pull off an upset or two at home.
You didn't fancy Kairat Almaty having got past Celtic all the way to Kazakhstan, because that is a long trip. I think it's an 8-hour flight for some of these teams on the other side of Europe. So that's going to be a difficult one for them to deal with. You've either got the cold at Bodo Glimt or a long, long flight to get to Almaty. Number 2 is an English team going to make it to the final? This, for me, of the 5, this for me was the hardest one to answer.
It's so difficult, and I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. It's a very difficult, this early in the season, it's very difficult to predict it. Obviously, Liverpool would be, in my opinion, the team with the best opportunity, best chance.
Not the way they've started
but not the way they've looked starting the season. On paper, you would say so. Arsenal getting to the semifinals last year was a good shout, and they can have some success in the Champions League. Premier League is just such a difficult league right now. It's so competitive. They do have the 2 cup competitions as well. So many fixtures and so many games for English teams, more than other teams in Europe. And that's why I'll say no in this early stage.
I don't think they'll make the final, and don't laugh at me, but I'm really interested to see how Spurs will get on in the Champions League this season. They have made such an impressive start to the season. We saw how well they played in the Super Cup prior to the start of the Premier League season. Thomas Frank kind of got the fans believing again, and they've been playing brilliantly. I'd be interested to see how far they can go.
I agree. It's going to be a fun. They have a team where now I feel like they have an established identity. They know how they want to play, and it's been effective so far. And it's about its consistency, how they can do against other teams that are not in the English Premier League, and that they have to kind of adapt their style a bit to playing some of those different types of football. How they react to that will be massive, but it will be interesting to see Tottenham Hotspur in the Champions League. What about your boys? What about Newcastle?
Well,
what about Voltemade leading the line?
Yeah, I mean, he looked pretty good in his debut, but after the summer we had, I mean, it'll be a famous game against Barcelona. Yes. Those old enough to remember that wonderful night in the 90s at St James's Park, it's a repeat of that, and it'll be just great to see them back playing in the Champions League. What about Real Madrid? Will they recapture their Champions League glory? Wasn't good enough at all last season, but you do feel like they've got the momentum, particularly the way they've started in La Liga.
Especially because of that man. And if he's on all cylinders, yes, they can have that magic. And this is a team that can never count them out. And I will never say, no, well, they're done. You can't count them. It doesn't matter how they're doing in La Liga. It doesn't matter what's happening domestically. this is a competition that the fans, the team, the club, everyone, they get up for it and they're ready to go. I mean, you see 15 titles, 15
more than double
winners.
Any other team.
It's impressive and it's incredible. And for this Real Madrid team, it's I will never count them out. They can 100% get that magic back in this competition. Doesn't matter what's happening domestically. Real Madrid's always a team to be scared of when you're facing them in the Champions League.
Last season, it was closely fought between Lamine Yamal and Ousmane Dembele. Who will be the big star, the emerging star of the Champions League this season, do you think?
It's the easy answer would be Lamine Yamal. The easy answer would be some of the youngsters that we've seen have so much success. But I'm going to go a little bit different. I'm going to go Kenan Yildiz from Juventus. He's a fantastic player. He's very young. I think that Juventus has been underrated this season. I do believe that they are going to challenge, and they will probably be the best challengers for Napoli in Serie A. And I expect them to have some success. I think they have so much young talent mixed in with some veterans as well that I do believe that they can kind of go in with their young players don't have a ton of pressure. And I think Yildiz is that leader. You saw the goal that he scored against Inter Milan. He has that big game mentality where he scores in big games. He finds ways to get involved. And I think he's going to show out in this Champions League and be able to show the world that he is truly one of the best young players and best young attackers that we have in all of Europe.
And I think they've got an opportunity to make a statement against Borussia Dortmund. It's not the easiest first game of the league phase, but they've made a statement so far, haven't they, in Serie A so far this season. Look good going forward, scoring goals. Everyone's playing well under Igor Tudor. And if they can get, good, positive victory against Borussia Dortmund, I think some of the other teams will think, we've got to worry about Juventus.
I agree. I'm telling you, I do think that they're a bit underrated this year. They're not a complete team. I don't expect them to go out and win the Champions League, but they will be a team that I believe they can get to the final 8. They can have that success and surprise a lot of teams along the way.
Quickly, will PSG repeat?
No, because it's so difficult to repeat this in the Champions League unless you're Real Madrid. I do still think that they're the best team when fully fit. They are the best team in the world with Barcelona as maybe a quick second right there. Liverpool around there as well. But I still think that it's so difficult to repeat in this competition that I'll say no, PSG will not.
Okay, you've come up with a parlay for this week in the Champions League. Which way have you gone?
All right, so we're going to do a little both teams to score parlay. This is our UCL parlay for the week. I'm trying to get the best value here. I could have gone a little bit safer and gone with over 1.5 goals for each of these games. But I do believe we have goals in all of these games. So it's a both teams to score parlay. Juventus and Dortmund, which is tomorrow, Tuesday. Bayern and Chelsea on Wednesday. Liverpool and Atletico Madrid on Wednesday. Both teams to score in each of those games. When you add it all up, it's plus 333, which I kind of like. Three bets. 333 parlay odds. Pretty good odds there to make some money. Let's have some fun and let's get some goals.
All threes. We'll have to wait and see if that hits.